Burst, Limiter, Override, or the Lucky Bullet mechanic, and everything that supplements it seems like it's the most ideal for a stubber. I don't utilize it in any of my builds. Why? Lucky Bullet is a separate mechanic from the one I'm already using, Charmed Reload. Critical hits with Charmed Reload takes 5 rounds from your magazine and loads it into your gun for some extra sustain. Lucky Bullet is a flat 5% chance to not consume the ammo spent for the attack. This can be increased to 8% by taking more burst limiter overrides. To get that 8%, you have to take either maximum firepower or good shooting, so it will take you 10% of your talent points to gain an 8% reduction in ammo expenditure. If you take maximum firepower, you gain plus 200% ability cooldown reduction for 2 seconds when Lucky Bullet triggers. This works out to a 1 to 3 return, or every 1 second that passes when Lucky Bullet triggers you remove 3 seconds from your cooldown, or 6 seconds in total in this case since it's over 2 seconds. That is an 8% chance to reduce the cooldown of Point Blank Barrage by 7.5%, or a 0.6% reduction in cooldown averaged across every round you fire that strikes a target. About that, even though the description says that you must hit the target, I haven't found that to be the case. Charmed Reload and Burst Limiter Override will proc irrespective of what you're hitting, even a pillar. Under these circumstances, it will take 167 rounds to negate 1 cooldown period of Point Blank Barrage. So, 10% of your talent points for negating a single cooldown period every 167 rounds. In my testing, the most number of procs of Burst Limiter Override I saw in a single drum of ammunition while taking more Burst Limiter Overrides and good shooting was 7. The least was 3. This was across 5 full dumps of 77 rounds for my Gorgonum and looking at the footage frame by frame. It is a small sample size, but it took a couple of hours to go through. I assume that since the cooldown that is provided by maximum firepower is a 2-second window based on how other buffs behave in this game, proccing another Lucky Bullet within this window would likely reset the cooldown of the 2-second buff. If that is the case, it would be even less useful. I was not able to get Lucky Bullet to proc within the buff time frame of maximum firepower, so I couldn't test that theory. If you know, let me know down in the comments. If you take good shooting, you're guaranteed a critical hit 8% of the time. That seems pretty good, as it plays into the Charmed Reload mechanic I'm already using. Since I'm already putting emphasis on critical hit chance, the possibility exists that I would crit on the exact same round as a Lucky Bullet proc, resulting in good shooting providing nothing other than 1 ammo. At 10% crit chance, the probability of this occurring is 0.8%. This works out to roughly 3 occurrences on average across my entire ammo pool of 447 on the Gorgonum. 8% of the 447 is 35.76. Since we can't fire partial bullets, we'll call it 35. So just under 10% of the Lucky Bullet procs will be overriding a crit that was going to occur anyway when at 10% crit chance. If I spend 4 talent points here, I gain 0.6% cooldown reduction per round on average, 35 extra ammo for every 447 rounds I fire, and a 7.2% chance to crit when at 10% crit chance. The overlapping crit probability effectively reduces your overall crit chance gain from good shooting. For example, I could gain an additional 8% crit chance from fully stacked Massacre, increasing the probability of a normal crit and Lucky Bullet's crits overlapping to 1.44%, effectively reducing the quote-unquote crit chance from Lucky Bullet procs to 6.56%, or 6 times across my entire ammo pool. This is roughly 20% of the Lucky Bullet procs. I don't take Massacre either, but that's more of a pathing restriction from the talent tree. There are too many other nodes I prefer, and I don't have enough points left over to get Massacre. Basically, the more critical hit chance you have, the higher the probability of Lucky Shot's benefit to Charmed Reload to be lessened. If Burst Limiter Override played off of critical hits, this section would be much more pickable. In its current state, I find it to be pretty lackluster. That's all I got for you now. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, I'm out.